Hi, I'm Sarah Bucher. I'm a product specialist at Facebook. So my job as a product specialist is to make Facebook search as loved as it is used. So my job is to understand how people are interacting with the search product, what can we do to make their experience as wonderful as possible. I studied biological and agricultural engineering in undergrad. I knew that I liked engineering, I liked all the problem-solving skills that came along with it, but I knew that I wanted to get some more business experience. So when I graduated college, I applied to a role at Deloitte Consulting. I was a business technology analyst and a technology consultant for Deloitte for 2 years in Washington, D.C. and worked with lots of different clients. And it was a really awesome opportunity for me to get lots of different industry exposure as quickly as possible. After that, I was recruited to join Facebook as a product specialist. And that's how I ended up here. It's been a really fun ride so far. My biggest piece of advice is, I remember when I was in high school and I would talk to a lot of folks that were older than me and further along in their careers, it sounded like their stories were really buttoned up and they had everything all figured out. My biggest piece of advice is just to honor those feelings that you may be having, and that's okay that you may be feeling overwhelmed, and that's fine because everyone's feeling that way too. And just relax, it'll all be okay. One day you'll be able to look back and make sense of your story and tell it so that it's all buttoned up as well. But for now, no need to stress yourself out and have it all figured out right now. Just have fun along the way.
My name is Allison. I'm from Cerritos, California, which is a little below Los Angeles. Today we heard from Sarah about just basically her story and how she started off not really sure what she wanted to do. She went into engineering and then ended up being a consultant, and then now she's a product specialist at Facebook. And I just found it really interesting because at first she starts off with engineering and then she kind of dabbled in consulting, and I wasn't really sure do I want to go into consulting or managing, and she was talking about how consulting is really professional, whereas now when she works at Facebook it's a lot more relaxed, but the people are still very intelligent and humble, so I found that part something that I'd also be interested in.
I'm Luke and from Australia, near Melbourne. It really intrigued me how she didn't necessarily start as being in business, starting in engineering. She took a different path into getting to where she was today. And that really interested me because I thought to get into a position like that, you'd have no choice but to do business, but it's kind of a unique way to get into it.
My name is Maxwell. I'm from New Jersey. I think my favorite part of that whole thing was when she said that she really enjoyed what she was doing with Facebook, and she could help people as well with her search engine and other things like that. I think that Sarah's talk really helped inspire me. I've always wanted to work on my own, but she seems like the whole team aspect, and as well as everybody from NSLC, really makes me want to be part of a bigger team.
I chose this program because most of my family's involved in business, and I wasn't sure if I also wanted to go into that major, but after being at this camp I've really definitely learned a lot about the different aspects of business, and for sure I know that I want to major in business now, especially in probably management, and then in the product pitch simulation we're kind of working on the financial aspect of this too, and that's also interested me.